Chairman Honorable, I don't know why both of us seem to be having difficulty with your name and title here this morning. You spoke a lot about the reliance of the grid, the resiliency of the grid. I think we acknowledge and accept that there are risks that present themselves when it comes to reliance. You mentioned outages that are caused by hurricanes or major storms. I think people can kind of relate to that. But as we are seeing more assets, energy assets, retiring, there's kind of a quiet consensus out there that the risk of a localized reliability event or effect is growing. And I guess the question to you is, how acceptable a risk is this if the impact to the reliability is caused by federal policy? And when I say federal policy, the push within this administration to move coal out, the fact that we're seeing so many coal facilities going offline. During the polar vortex this winter, we saw that I think it was 89% of the coal electricity capacity that is due to go offline was utilized as that backup to meet the demand this winter. So I think folks are prepared to accept a level of risk. You have an outage when you have a really bad storm, but to what extent do you think that they accept the risk if that is brought about by federal policy?
Thank you for the question, Senator Murkowski. This is really a great example of the many challenges that economic regulators face across the country in ensuring reliability. So your question is, how acceptable is it? For the economic regulator, it is not acceptable. Right. And we have, for that reason, been very engaged with the EPA, with the personnel, even with Administrator McCarthy, about this very important topic of reliability. We are charged with ensuring reliability. It's our main core focus in addition to ensuring safety and affordable utility service. The utilities on the front line must ensure reliability. When there's a disruption to the grid or an outage for any reason, the utility is on the front line to make sure that the lights come back on, that the generation is moving, no matter the source. We at NARUC certainly don't pick winners and losers. We embrace an all of the above energy approach, and Senator, I know that you do too. I've heard you say that very thing. And we believe that coal is a low-cost option and that it should be a part of our energy mix. We, therefore, are working with the EPA to ensure that they hear us. At our November NARUC meeting, we issued a resolution regarding the 111D rulemaking process to urge the EPA to ensure that the states have flexibility, that the federal government respects the role of the states, that the EPA also honors this notion of diversity. We embrace that as economic regulators. The fuel mix in one state is very different from another. States such as Kentucky or West Virginia or Indiana very heavily rely upon coal. And so any rulemakings that impact a state's generation mix will clearly be of importance to those states, but also to all of us as economic regulators. So I appreciate the question. I want all of the members of the committee to know that we are working every day, literally, on this issue, and we are a constant voice in helping all of the stakeholders around this issue continue to remember the importance of reliability. It's job number one for us.